It has been said that in your lifetime, you will come across 3 golden opportunities.
So this could be your first golden opportunity. This could be your second. However, this could be your third and final golden opportunity.
iPas is one of those rare opportunities. It's changing many lives. It changed my life.
Rather than just focusing on one aspect of business, iPas is the sum of all parts and could possibly revolutionize how people succeed in business from this point on.
iPas is more than just a business or a system. iPas was built on trial and experience, and I have to say it's going to have a lasting impact on people's lives. There's no doubt about it.
I heard someone say that timing beats talent any day of the week. Well, the great thing about iPas is that the talent is there and the timing is there. The only question is, are you there?
iPas opens the door to possibility. iPas is really business made simple.
I remember just 4 years ago, I was a college dropout, still am, but I was broke, desperate, living with parents, and I was delivering pizzas. I didn't know where I was headed in life, but I always dreamt of living the good life, and never in a million years did I expect my dreams to become reality, let alone far exceed them in just a couple years' time.
So what this should go to show someone is that heart, passion, motivation, and what goes on inside of a person is every bit as important, and in my opinion, more important than experience and education. So as I said, I dropped out of school because I knew I didn't want to work for somebody else for the rest of my life. I wanted to write my own story, write my own ending. I wanted to make my own schedule and determine how much my time was worth, and I wanted to determine how much time I wanted to have to put in. My dad lost his job back in 1995 and has struggled to find consistent, steady work ever since. And to this day, my parents feel horrible that they couldn't help me stay in school. But for me, that was the best thing that could have possibly ever happened to me. Obviously, I had it rough for a while. I moved back in with my parents. I was working at a hot, sweaty, nasty factory, basically slaving away for pennies on the dollar. And then by night, I was, of course, delivering pizzas in a crummy hunk of junk, rusted out car. Life at that point was not very good. I had a fair amount of debt from the 1 year of school that I did accomplish, but I knew there was something better for me. I knew that there was a way. I knew there was an option. There's all these people out there who own their own businesses, and a lot of times, more times than not in fact, if they did go to school, that the business they own is not even down a path of what their degree is in. So I knew there was something better. So I set out on the internet and I began playing around with internet marketing. I found some companies and some businesses to affiliate myself with, and that's essentially where I started. I had the drive, I had the passion, I had the heart, and I had the motivation. And I knew that it was going to happen for me. So now my business partner and I, we own several businesses with offices in 3 different states. We employ over 40 people and growing every single month. I'm at the young age of 27, and now life is great. I make great money. I make more money in a year than most people make in an entire lifetime. Now that's not to brag, just to inform of where I am and what's possible for the average citizen who just wants something better. So it's really given me a passion and a desire to excel in my own life, of course, but every bit as much to help other people establish a similar lifestyle as myself. You know, of course, the house is great. The one behind me I built at age 23, 3,600 square foot house. It's been great to me. The cars, you know, the Escalade, the Roush Mustang, the Viper, and the Jag that's in the garage, and then the motorcycle that's in the garage as well, the 2 boats that's on the lake, you know, they're all great. Material things are awesome. They're a lot of fun. But the time freedom, is phenomenal. The vacations are great. The lifestyle is awesome. And even better than all that, being able to spend time with family and friends, and being able to give freely of my money to my church and loved ones that may be in need, and to help other people experience the same thing that I've been able to establish is nothing short of amazing.
iPas happened almost by accident and simply was formed by personal experiences over the last few years. It so drastically accelerated massive duplication for the average person that we had to package it up and make it available to the masses. iPas was born. I firmly believe iPas to be the most intense yet simple, foolproof success system in the marketplace today.
In comparison to my business partner Chris's story that you just heard, I come from the opposite side of the spectrum. You know, I was working in corporate America, I had money, I had some very nice things, and when I first started my business, my own business, I wanted out of that. That was the reason. I wanted to be able to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. Now, working in corporate America, I was bound by other rules. I was bound by people telling me what to do, and I had no freedom. At the early age of my early 20s, in fact, I wasn't able to do the things a lot of my friends were doing. Couldn't enjoy the beach that I lived on. I couldn't enjoy going out and socializing because I was working so much. And I realized it was a conscious decision one day where I said enough is enough, and it was time to do something. And that's when I started my first business. I get asked a lot. You know, people come to me and say, Chris, how do you do what you do? How did you get to where you are today? And how are you so independent? How do you own this company? How have you become the successful entrepreneur that you are today? And I kind of chuckle because my story is something a lot of people can relate to. You know, right out of high school, I had a vision, I had a dream of becoming a professional athlete, and I just got up and did it. I moved to Southeast Asia and became a professional athlete, and it was through that time and that discipline that I learned that I carried on with me today. And after that, I went to the University of Minnesota. I studied business, in which I dropped out because I had a job offer from Homeland Security shortly after 9/11. And I figured, wow, this is a huge opportunity. So I ended up working for the government for a couple years and realized that was not my place in the world. And so I moved to Miami, Florida, and I became a financial broker and did very, very well. I was in my early 20s, did extremely well, had the condos, had the cars, had a lifestyle that was pretty amazing for somebody in their early 20s. But here's the thing, I didn't have time to do what I wanted to do. All my friends were having fun and enjoying their 20s when I was working enormous amounts of time. And the hours were long and stressful, and it was a day where I decided enough was enough. I was ready to move on, and I quit everything cold turkey. Now, it was a very tough thing to do because I didn't know how to start my own business. I had no experience in the business world, but it was a decision that I had to make. I didn't want to be going down that spiral for the rest of my life, and it was that decision that completely changed my life. And I am where I am today because of that decision.
We were living paycheck to paycheck, me and my wife, and we got 2 kids, so we couldn't really afford extra things that they really deserve. So I tried every single system under the sun. I tried different network marketing companies, never had success until I came across this system. And thanks to the system, I started building this business part-time outside of my full-time corporate job, and I crossed that important mark in my business where I could actually quit my job, which was like $12,000 a month. And now, thanks to the system, we making averaging between $25,000 to $35,000, still building this business part-time. So whatever your dreams are, you guys can achieve it. You can travel the world like we do, enjoy time freedom, and never really worry about, you know, bills or money anymore, which is truly, truly what the freedom is all about.
iPas is for anyone who wants more. More time, more freedom, more money.
It doesn't matter if you're a professional, at no job, a typical 9 to 5, went to college, didn't go to college, if you're a baby boomer or even a senior citizen. I was a school teacher.
iPas is for people who want a simple solution to business in general. iPas was built to get you from point A to point Z in the quickest and simplest way possible. Think of it like this. In business, oftentimes you get hung up on different things, and people end up falling down time and time again on these similar elements, whether it be marketing a business, starting a business, finding a product, whatever it may be. Well, we created iPas to really bring something more fluid to the table. We wanted to make it faster, easier, smarter, and we wanted you to work smarter rather than harder. And that is the foundation behind iPas. So you can think of it like this. You start at here, perhaps you're here at A, and you want to get to Z, which is profit and making money and replacing the current income that you have. That's what you want to get to with your goal. But oftentimes in business, you have to go up and down, A to B, and it's an up and down roller coaster of success and failure and success and failure, because you might not be a marketing professional. You may not know how to build a business properly. Well, what iPas does is it connects the dots from A to Z together so you don't have to go through those trials and tribulations.
The great thing about iPas is that it caters to all different types of budgets. iPas has users on a daily basis spending $30,000 or $40,000 on their marketing campaign. On the other end of the spectrum, iPas also caters to those on fixed incomes. Essentially, what iPas allows the user to do is it gives them options to get started in their business.
So after being taken for about $30,000, trying all these get-rich-quick schemes online, I finally, thankfully, came across a program that has to date earned me, on my best day, roughly $4,500 in one day. And not only that, but it really doesn't require a huge investment on your part. It didn't require a huge investment on my part.
The biggest problem I see in business today, and the main stumbling block that people face in business, is not understanding and being able to fulfill the 4 core key elements in success in any business, really. The first one being a solid product or service. You know, without a good product or a great service, obviously there's no longevity in the marketplace. Without having a solid sales system, okay, this being the second one, without having a solid sales funnel to take the human variable out of the equation, people are destined for failure. Without having knowledge on how to market and advertise that great product or that great service, without knowing how to market and advertise online and offline efficiently and effectively and being able to hang with the best of them, you're destined for failure. Without giving that personal touch and being able to close that sale, to make people feel comfortable with your product or comfortable with your service, you're destined for failure. The great thing about iPas is it provides all 4 of those components. You don't have to worry about providing or building or gathering a good product or service. You don't have to worry about building a website or a sales system or funnel. You don't have to worry about knowing how to market and how to advertise. You don't have to worry about being on the phone with anybody and trying to close a sale. iPas includes some of the greatest products and the highest demand products and services. iPas includes a phenomenal sales system that the user can plug right into. iPas has on board a team of the best marketers out there in the industry today. iPas has the best closers out there to take your calls for you and make the deal happen.
You could have the best product or service in the industry. However, without proper marketing, people will not even know you exist. iPas is a tailor-made marketing system that allows anyone to plug into this system and instantly get their business off the ground, utilizing magazine advertising, TV advertising, direct mail campaigns, online marketing. Essentially what iPas does is it blankets the entire marketplace so that you don't have to worry about your campaign.
When you break down a business, one of the most important parts to succeeding is selling. Now, I don't really know a whole lot of people that enjoy selling anything, or let alone being sold something. When was the last time you got a telemarketing call and you actually enjoyed the experience? I don't think anybody does. So with iPas, we built a dedicated sales force to be able to sell and tell for you, to be able to follow up with your prospects for you, for them to be able to do what they do best, and that is sell. That's their job, and that's what they're trained to do. So with the comfort of knowing, of having not only a great business and having some great marketing platforms for you to build a business, but on the back end knowing that you have a 24/7 sales force working for you, and these are experts trained to sell your business, your products, and your services.
Now that you're considering the iPas system, you may want to also look at what is the support going to be like. I'm sure that's a question. Well, it brings a story to mind. I served as a United States Marine, and as a Marine, one of the events that we were required to do is called a vertical climb. Now what that required is that we took our strongest climber, and he would go up to the top of the hill, freestyle, and he carried a rope with him. But it wasn't just any kind of rope. It was a knotted rope. Now once he got to the top of the hill, he would then drop this knotted rope and allow the weaker climbers or the rest of the team to come up with ease. iPas offers you that type of support. This is your knotted rope to success.
iPas enables two very distinct avenues. The first being a completely automated success system, whereas the second direction an entrepreneur can take is to begin taking over the reins of their own business one aspect at a time. For example, for the person who wants to maybe build their own website or have their own website built to begin creating their own brand and making their name a household name on the internet, that scenario is perfect with iPas. Because while that is being done, iPas will continually run every other aspect of their business, from providing great products and services for them to taking on the role of marketing and taking all those phone calls and closing all the deals and sales for them. It's a perfect scenario. Or maybe someone wants to leave the internet stuff and websites aside, and they want to increase their business by beginning to learn marketing, online and off. That is also a perfect scenario for iPas. Essentially, iPas is a perfect and proven success system for anybody, no matter their budget and no matter what circumstances they may be faced with. You know, it doesn't matter where someone comes from or what someone is going through. All that matters is where they end up and where they finish, and iPas is the all-inclusive vehicle to get anyone there.
Back in 2008, we lost a restaurant. We were small business owners here in this little town north of Atlanta, and it was probably one of the most horrific, just terrible times past few years of our life, because what happened is we had some personal guarantees, thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of dollars actually caught up with us, and it forced us into a bankruptcy. And honestly, 6 months ago we filed bankruptcy, and during that process we actually lost our home, and everything we'd worked for years and years and years, gone, just gone. And then 6 months ago I found this system, and I was fighting through all that, fighting through all those struggles, all that depression and all of that, and I just took action and got involved with this system. And here in just less than 6 months we've generated a $5,000 a month income using this system, because we just took action. And now that income is not stopping, it is just growing, and I know that even right now where we're standing, that it won't be a $5,000 a month income for very long.
iPas is more than just one piece to a business. We like to call it the sum of all parts. In any type of business that you own, whether it be a coffee shop down the street or a Fortune 500 company, it's important to have every piece run like a well-oiled machine. You can't just be an expert marketer, have a marketing department without a sales department. You can't have a sales funnel without some kind of lead generation. So it's very important to have all the parts together to make a successful business work. You look at some of the successful companies out there and you wonder why they do as well as they do. It's because they have people in each department that are the best at what they do. iPas is the sum of all parts. The best part about your business with iPas is you're going to have some of the top sales agents working for you, some of the top marketers working for you, some of the top sales systems doing some of this legwork to get business to you. So iPas is one of those things that simplifies your business at what usually is a complicated sales system, what usually is a complicated sales funnel, and this creates the business model for you.
iPas is a global opportunity. It's a worldwide marketplace that allows people to have success. So you're not bound to having a coffee shop on a certain street corner. You're not bound to having a store, a franchise in a certain location. The world is your playground, and iPas really expands that region. It allows people to grow a business in a worldwide scale, and an arena that is just enormous. You don't have to worry about competition or somebody opening up a location across the street from you. And that's what iPas is all about. It's about the freedom to grow the business how you want to grow it, however fast you want to grow it. And you don't have to take our word for it. We're not here to preach anything to you. It's all about the lifestyles that you're going to see of people that are seeing results.
This system has allowed me to fund my wife's surprise 50th birthday, to fly us to Hawaii, first class, staying in a top-notch resort, all because of the funds, of the money that I've made in a very, very short time period using the training and really, the marketing fundamentals from this system.
We can live life the way we choose. My relationship with my daughter is unbelievable. And all of this was simply from making a decision. And now, I mean, we make an incredible income on top of it. The best month I've had in this business is $17,400.
It's life-changing. This system, I mean, we've got people from every walk of life, from 12-year-old kids making money to grandmas and grandpas, and every career choice in life. And anybody can do this.
Success, to me, is the ability to create a legacy. Now, for me personally, I've always wanted to establish a legacy for my children and my family. So if I should have to check out tomorrow, I want it to be said that that man done it with everything he had. He did not quit until he won. So what success is being able to live the lifestyle, to do the things that I want to do, to be able to build a financial wall around my family that nothing can penetrate. Success to me is a legacy passed on for generations and generations. That's what success is to me.
So what does success mean to me? As a business owner myself, someone who's started business and failed in business and succeeded, and I'm blessed to stand here and say that I've had the lifestyle because of my businesses that I've owned. But success to me is, yes, freedom, having the time, the freedom to do what I want when I want to do it. But even more so is to be able to have the opportunity to pass on the knowledge that I have to other people like yourself, and to be able to share with you what to do and what not to do, and some of the motivational things that I can pass on to you and the experiences that I've done really means the world to me, because at the end of the day I wake up in the morning and I sit down and I think, wow, what can I do to help change other people's life? How can I feel better about what I do, and how can I eventually leave this world making it a better place? And that really is so much easier to do if you're successful, if you have some money to be able to have the freedoms to go and give charities and to do what you want to do for other people. It opens up that door, and it's hard to do when you're struggling. It really is. Inside you want to do it, but at the end of the day, it's really hard if you're struggling financially. So to me, success is being able to pass on the gifts that I have been given to other people to help change those people's lives.
What does success mean to me? Wow, what a loaded question. To put it simple, freedom. Time freedom, financial freedom. You know, when I walk out of my 3,600 square foot house that I built at the age of 24, and after breakfast and all that, and when my toughest decision that I face in any given day is, do I want to drive the Viper or the Roush Mustang, or should I take my new Jaguar, the Escalade? Do I want to take the motorcycle or go out on the lake for the afternoon on one of my 2 boats. When that's one of my toughest decisions that I make, I would say life is pretty good. You know, the material things are great, and they make life more fun, a little more interesting. But, you know, obviously that's not all that matters. In reality, I drive the Prius, you know, my dogmobile, more than any of the other vehicles that I have. But there's an aspect of success that money just cannot buy. And again, that just simply goes back to complete freedom. Not having to check in with an employer, being able to do what you want, when you want, go where you want, not have to worry about requesting time off for vacation and wondering if you'll have the funds to afford a vacation, take your family for that much needed R&R. But you know, success is just an amazing, amazing thing. It gives you the money and the time to give to family and friends and your church and you know, things that matter to you and mean the most to you. My oldest sister just went through an international adoption, which was very expensive, and brought home this beautiful girl from Kazakhstan. And to be a crucial financial contributor to that international adoption was such an amazing feeling. And being part of bringing my niece home was just incredible. And having the time to spend with her and watch her develop in a new country, and just to spend time with my family in general. Just an awesome, awesome thing. So success for me just means absolute freedom in every way, shape, and form. So here's the deal. We want to keep an open line of communication with you. To immediately get started with iPas, all you have to do is call our office, the number on the screen, and request a free business consultation. You'll speak to one of our professionals, and they'll tell you everything that's involved, answer all your questions, and give you a fast track, the simplest, fastest method to get you to where you want to go with your business and live the life of your dreams. iPas has the best products and services available in the marketplace today. We've got the strongest sales funnel, sales system available as well. We have the top marketers on staff. Same guys that market our business are going to help you, and they'll market your business as well if you so choose. And then when that traffic comes to your business and people are ready, money in hand, waiting, the same closers that we use are going to close a deal for you. So again, iPas. Timing is there. The talent is there. Are you there? Because you never know where life is going to take you and what's going to happen to you in the future. So, would you rather be here, or are you happy where you are right now? That's obviously only a decision that you can make. I want you to think about your car. If someone were to God forbid, slash your tires in the middle of the night, you would find a way to get a brand new set of tires on that vehicle. Why? Because it's something you gotta have. Whether it takes you to your job and back home, or it takes the kids around, or it does things throughout the day that you need to do, you gotta have it. Or think about your house. If something goes wrong with your house and it's something that has to be repaired, you would find a way to get that taken care of. Again, because you have to. What I want you to do with iPas is treat it with the same level of priority. The great thing about iPas is it involves a business. You are in business for yourself. And the concept of a business is to take care of all those needs, the monthly expenditures, the things that you have to pay for on an ongoing basis. The great thing about a business as well is the concept of it is to fulfill all your wants as well, so that way you can live the life that you deserve and that you desire.
As you take this journey with iPas, this is something I'd like to share with you, and hopefully it means as much to you as it has to me. If you want a thing bad enough, go out and fight for it. Work day and night for it. Give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it. If everything that you dream and you scheme is about it, and life seems all empty and useless without it, if you would gladly sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, lose all your terror of the opposition and man for it, if you would simply go after that thing that you want with all your capacity, faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, famish, nor gaunt, nor sickness of pain of body and brain can take you away from that thing that you want, and if dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, and with the help of God you'll surely get it. See you in iPas.